take another L. Designer on me, this they new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip.
Tonight, from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Sam Sloman set to kick off.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now Cooper on first down. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
It's a gain of 25.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. That's a shake and bake, and the line of scrimmage got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
He's across midfield.
2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Cooper. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
That play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Cooper throwing on 3rd and long. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, the underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
I know we were assigned this game, but let's face it, this is the one we wanted, isn't it? A chance to watch an MVP candidate perform down the stretches 4 weeks ago. How are you feeling about his chances?
Well, I think he certainly has a shot. It's going to determine what he does and what the others around him do for these last 4 weeks. But more MVP chatter, it seems like, every year as you hit the month of December. This year's going to be no exception.
Yeah, I know he's not ranked number 1 right now.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in for the Charger touchdown. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
1st and 10.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 19-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Give him 55 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And that'll hurt the average
coverage a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2nd and 11 now. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Forced out to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Charger D making things difficult, and it's 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip.
Chargers 7.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because 33 is a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say, if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
You would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards there. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Brings up 2nd and...
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 58 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Looking to throw. Cooper. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
The Charger drive about to get going. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports.
Chargers 7.
He's going to fire one deep over the... And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. 79 yards. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. And he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Broncos about set to go on offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
From the gun, Cooper. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Cooper now, throwing on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass.
And he's going to go down again.
The quarterback sack. A loss of 6 yards.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Cooper. Pressure gets to him again.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Fielded at about the 28. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Off the RPO, he completes it. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
At the 9-yard line.
Escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Third down.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. That's going to be caught. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. So not only is that his third touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Let's take over first and 10. At their own 25.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens when these things are going on is that the field general will step up and say, hey, that's on me, guys. I didn't get rid of it fast enough. Anything to try and relax them a little bit and take some pressure off, because they do know that they are trying.
Yeah, well, we've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. Back to throw is Cooper on first and 10. Henry's got it out on the left side.
Cooper's pass.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Now throwing on first down and completing it.
Cooper's pass.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing again on second down. Cooper. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
First and 10. At their own 20.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man there, it's Wallace complete. And he'll go near midfield at the 49. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense.
He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Henry Ruggs, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead.
The extra point.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this carries into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, Cooper. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Cooper on first down. Going right, and that's complete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you to Orlando, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On play action, they'll throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
The quarterback taken
after the sack. It's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Quarterback sack.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He was taken down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
On the play brings up 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Cooper. And it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Sam Sloman for the extra point.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Third down.
From the gun, Cooper. And it's complete. Henry. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
First down, Broncos.
On the delay, it's Mixon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2 yards on the play. And the Broncos first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Cooper sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 21. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Denver.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The tackle made.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 2nd and a yard, Cooper. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
First and goal.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Mixon trying to punch it in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC.
And right now they're in that number 2 spot. They would love to hold on to that, but obviously first things first. They want to clinch the division.
And that's what everyone plays for. Win your division first, guarantees you a spot in the playoffs. But still, a nice spot to be in. Not as good as it was when the number 2 seed made a first-round bye. That's all changed with the new playoff system. But still, a nice spot to be in.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Sam Sloman set to kick.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Set to take over, the Broncos offense trots back out. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now Cooper throwing on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Cooper throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Cooper to throw on 3rd down. Steps away. He can run for it, and he will. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Cooper. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The tackle made
from the 3, 2nd and a yard.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
A toss left, Mixon, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7.
He was taken down by Grant Delpit. Tackled back at the 7-yard line.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cooper now from the gun on 3rd down. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
A loss of 13 yards.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a 1st. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, wide open, complete. Are you ready for this? And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Sam Sloman set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Back to throw is Cooper on 1st and 10. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Denver.
From the gun, Cooper. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Here's Cooper on first down. And right side, Henry's got it. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Now Cooper throwing on first down. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on second and long. Cooper. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's a